Alright, so I'm about to make a review on the Scag commercial 21-inch push mower. Right off the bat, I want to let you guys know it costs about $2,000 for the model that I got. The model that I got that costs $2,000 is on the engine. So the engine is a 224cc engine, Kohler Command Pro. There's other engines of the same. It's the clone. The same exact engine. The only difference is the 224 cc's is not available. This is the most powerful commercial. It's got a 3-year warranty version of that engine. Now the whole machine overall, great machine. Would I buy it again? This is my first season using it on my customers' lawns, and I would say it's the best 21-inch push mower that I've ever had at that price point. I've had Hondas, $600 Hondas, $700 Hondas. The problem with Hondas is I believe they're the best mower, but their transmissions, they go out way too fast, and you only have a Honda for about maybe 6 months to a year, and then that transmission starts to slip. And if you try to repair a transmission on the Honda, it's about $300-400, and it's only going to last you about another 6 months. So that's the major weakness with Hondas. With this, I haven't had any problems with the transmission. It's a heavy duty transmission, unlike the Hondas. The Hondas is a transmission is very cheaply made, but this transmission for this machine is a high quality, rugged built. The whole machine is very ruggedly built. The wheels, you can tell starting off by the wheels, they're just a tank of wheels for a 21-inch. These are the pros that I'm telling you. The wheels are unbelievably strong and tough. You feel and you can just sense, and when you're rolling around while the engine's on doing your work, that the wheels, they're not going to give in for nothing. The wheels are top notch. I can't say enough about the wheels. They look a little bit finicky here with, this little plastic here that looks a little cheaply made, but this, I don't know what kind of rubber this is, but the overall build of the tire is just outstanding. It's just really, really rugged, and it's just second to none hardcore wheel. So you got the commercial air filter here that you don't see on many 21-inch mowers. So that lets you know how commercial this mower is. I like the Scag emblem here. It's cut in, so you don't have to worry about any paint going, any paint diminishing over time. You got this number system on the adjustments here. Basically starts at 1.5, 2, 2.5. It goes by half increments, which is very easy to remember. All you have to do is remember that the first nod here, the first notch, is at 1.5. Then you can remember all of it. The gas tank, very, 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 very big. I think that's a gallon or half a gallon of a gas tank. It's very big, a lot bigger than the Toro Time Master or Honda gas tanks that I've worked with in the past. The back, the adjustments for the front are easy, but it's not. But you have to do one at a time. So now let me get to the bag. The bag is not a super big bag, but you really don't notice if it's small or big, because you can get a hefty amount of grass in there, a good chunk of grass, before you have to dump it. So even though it looks small, it's bigger than it looks, and it takes in a lot of grass before you have to dump it. These controls here, I never ran a control where the tranny, you have to squeeze the tranny here at the bottom. I'm used to the Toro Time Master or the Honda, where you could just push the tranny with your thumb. Here, I thought it was going to bother me a lot. When I first got the mower, it did bother me. It took me a while to get used to, but now I don't even feel it. It's just a normal part of mowing. In order to start the Scag, you have to always start it on the choke. It doesn't matter how long you've been running it, how cold or hot the engine is, you have to always start it on choke. It don't really bother me none. That's fine. When I first got the mower, I had to start it closer to the turtle position, because I wasn't used to the speed. But you can fan the speed a little bit with the tranny, but once you get used to it, you can go full throttle on the speed, and you can control the machine. It's just a matter of you getting used to it. The pull on the machine is very, very easy. They got a easy pull mechanism on the machine, to where it's very easy. You can feel the ease and the technology that they put together to make the pull easy. It even says easy pull molded onto the rubber here, or the plastic here, because they put that technology into the pull start to make it very easy and seamless. Now I'm going to get to the cons that I don't like about the machine. I like the way the machine runs. It runs great. Got good tranny power, good transmission power, good engine power. Hasn't bugged up on anything that I've asked it to do. It's always cut through thick grass like butter, without bogging down an inch. So this is a very, very solid. You can't get more solid in the world of a mower than this. Very compact and powerful, solid tank of a machine. Another thing that I like about the machine, it's got a very long, a very wide, a very high deck. A lot of decks are very shallow or very small, and people forget to check for that. They overlook that, and they realize until they get home after they spent $700-800 on a machine, that their deck is very, very small and very cheap. This deck is very big and wide, so that allows a lot of airflow, and it prevents a lot of clogging that can go on one of these type of mowers. This mower hardly clogs anything, and I've run it in wet grass, and it's never clogged up severely. I've never had to take big chunks of grass out. I never had to scrape out big chunks of grass from the deck, because the deck is very, very high, allows for a lot of airflow and less clogging. So one thing you got to watch out for, and I learned the hard way, you can't grab this bag any old way you want. You can't grab it like this, because eventually you're going to pinch your fingers. You have to grab it like this and pull it out to avoid pinching your fingers. If you don't, trust me, this bag will definitely remind you. Now the opening is a little small for my taste, but it's still big enough to get a lot of grass in the bag. And this right here, this cover piece here, is metal. It's not plastic, which I like. I like that a lot. A lot of manufacturers, they cheap out and they make this plastic. A lot of places that could be plastic are not plastic on this machine. The very, very hardcore metal and steel that surrounds this machine. And this wiring system, so far I haven't had any problems with the wiring system. There is some grass that shoots out this hole here when you're mowing, but not enough to cause any significant effect. It doesn't affect anything. I noticed that I mow without putting any gas in the gas tank about 5-6 lawns. I only use this mower for little islands, or little areas around my customer's lawn. For the most part, I'm using my rider mower, and I'll use this for little areas that I have around my customer's lawns. And the blade is very, very sturdy and strong. I like the blade. It's not a cheap blade, and the maintenance is easy. The worst thing that I hate about this machine, and this is the number one con that I have on this machine, is the back wheels. They're hard to adjust. You got to lift the mower up, pull this back, and use a lot of force to either move it backwards or forwards. This machine, you can't give to your grandma or grandpa for that reason, and that reason alone. It's because this right here is so tight, and the metal is so sturdy on here that it's hard to move back and forth. What I did to alleviate some of that tension, because there's a lot of tension built up, and you have to use a lot of muscle, you have to use a lot of strength in your forearms and in your hands, and lift the mower up in order to adjust it back and forth. But what I did to alleviate a lot of that and release some of that tension is I put some WD-40 in here, and that did help. To my surprise, is it still hard to adjust? Yes, but it took a lot of it away, a lot of the tough adjusting away, eased it up a little bit. You can see these heavy duty screws here. They're not cheap little tiny screws. So far this hasn't been an issue where I'm feeling that the stress is going to end up breaking right here. It seems like a solid piece of metal. Now this same system is on the 30-inch, and these break, but on this machine it doesn't seem like it's going to break anytime soon. It's hard. This right here is metal. This is metal. All these parts, all these components here are metal. So they didn't cheap out and give you plastic. They gave you metal. So you got the oil filter also. You got these thick hoses, not little cheap hoses that they give you. So that paint is going to start fading away over time, but I'm not worried about it. It's meant for war. It's meant for battle. It's meant to make you money, to go out there and work hard for you while you're guiding it to make you money. So overall, would I buy it again? Yes, I would. Down the road, if I get enough money, Lord willing, I'll buy another one. But I've recouped my money from buying this already. Only had this a couple months, but my lawns and everything, profits that I'm making on my lawns and saving money, I've recouped the money from this machine, so we're all good. I can't think of anything else, good or bad. I feel the quality while I'm mowing. I feel the money that went into it. the sturdiness. I feel the why it's expensive. It doesn't feel cheap in your hands. It feels like it's good quality. That's going to last you for a long, long time, and it can take a beating. Um, Sometimes it gets rough out there, but this can handle it. Haven't had no issues with it so far. All of the wires have maintained their position. Nothing has broke off. This is the only thing that this is another con. I don't know what's up with this lid, but as you can see, it leaks gas. See, I think that dirt there, or maybe it may be fumes, and then the dirt collects on the fumes and then it stays there. But it looks like the gas is maybe leaking here. So I don't know about that. I don't know what's going on there. But all the components on this machine, I don't have no complaints, and I'm very, very happy with my purchase. At the time, it wasn't so great because I said, what am I doing spending money on a $2,000 mower? I said, I can't be more stupid, but I'm glad that I did, because it's backed me up. It's a member of the team now, and this bad boy is strong and sturdy by my side. All right, that's all I got. If you're thinking about getting a Scag 21, I will get it. I would definitely get it. Now the 30-inch, that's a different story. I would probably go with the X Mark, but I've never had either one of them, so I really can't tell you. All I can tell you about is this machine here, and I would definitely go with this machine if you have the money and you know you can recoup. If you know you can recuperate the money with your business, I will go ahead and just pay it all out in cash. And don't even have buyer's remorse, because you're going to like how it stands by your side and helps you out. All right. Y'all have a good one. Bye.